Hello and welcome back to another episode of Don't Call Me Skinny. Back in my little office today recording. I don't know why, but like this, where I'm recording on the video does not do well. It's kind of annoying. I don't know if I'm going to keep the video because I can't post them anymore. I changed where I'm changed where I'm broadcasting from, and they don't support video. It's all ridiculous. Anyways, I'm sure you all don't care about any of that, but it just goes to show on the back end, this is not always as simple and easy as what people think it is. Even though I don't do like this huge production for this, like honestly, I don't do a huge production for the fucking podcast. So there's that. But anyways, that being said, today I want to talk about kind of like a little bit of a regroup, if you will. We are into April. We, people are just, it's hard. We're hitting a hard time of life. The season is changing again, which means guess what? Everybody's ramping up and everybody's busy again. So I want to talk about some things, some techniques that you can implement literally today. I'm going to give you 5 of them, with maybe like a bonus, but 5 of them, to help you install some good habits and what it takes to actually do the things that you need to do and how this process works. Okay. I've been listening to this book, The Compound Effect, which is really all about like gaining momentum and gaining like how one thing sets you up for the next, sets you up for the next, sets you up for the next. And every choice that we really make does compound itself off each other, whether it's in a good way or quote unquote a bad way, right? So whether it's driving us in a direction that we want to go, or it actually is keeping us stuck or driving us and putting us in reverse. Okay. It's a really great book. If you've never heard of it, I highly recommend it. It could be applicable for anywhere. What I actually love about the book, and it's kind of funny to me in general, when I hear non-fitness people, motivational speakers, if you will, the first thing they always go to is fitness, right? When they're talking about something like, oh, if you want to lose weight or you want to get in more steps or you want to eat better, it's like their first like go-to thing because it's so relevant to so many people. And it's pretty much everybody's story at this point where everybody's trying to get healthy, and getting healthy is fucking hard. But anyways, a quote that I heard in here is, you'll never change your life without changing something you do daily, right? And I think that we get caught up in this thing of like, we go gung-ho in the very beginning. We're really excited about something and we quote unquote fall off. I talk about this all the time. We fall off the wagon. We fall off the horse. We fall off the roller coaster. We're up and down. We're all over the place. We're kind of like hanging on by threads. And I think that, like, this is a reality and a truth that you all need to hear. So if you listen to nothing else and shut me off after this is totally fine. But I encourage you to listen to the whole thing. But it takes 300 times. I just posted about this today on my Facebook page. 300 instances of a positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement. This doesn't mean just because you do something once means it was a positive reinforcement. So doing something once, feeling good about the thing that you did, understanding why you did it. There's a whole lot there besides just doing the thing. So 300 instances of positive reinforcement to turn a new habit into an unconscious practice. Now, remember that we live in our subconscious, the unconscious part of our life, like 90 to 95% of our day. We just do things. Even yesterday, literally Saturday morning, driving my kids to the gym, started to turn like I was going to the school because I had my teenagers in the car with me. So I started to turn down the street. My oldest goes, "Hey mom, we're not going to Troy High." I was like, "Oh shit." Okay. Had to screet back over like, skirt. Okay. Get back in the other lane. Autopilot. Why was I going down to turn down a street? Because I was driving by it, and that's what I normally do. Living in my subconscious, living on autopilot. 300 instances. That means if you do this thing one time a day, every day, it's going to take you almost a year. And that's providing that every single time you're doing it, you have a positive reinforcement behind it. So you're not doing it feeling, I have to do this thing, I have to go work, and having this negative attitude about it. It's got to be in a positive way. Man, I really didn't want to do that, but I did it anyway, and I feel so fucking accomplished. That's positive reinforcement, okay? And it takes 300 instances. So some of you are here like 21 days. Oh, I'm just going to do this 21-day challenge, which I've done challenges. Hence my move into March was a 14-day challenge. Okay. What I'd like to do with those is fill in the gap for you. And about one of these things about installing a good habit, we're going to talk about there's something missing. There's a missing piece for the majority of people. And that's the hard part. Okay. So 300 instances. So you're talking a fucking basically year before you take something that you want to change in your life and make it into a subconscious or an unconscious practice. Meaning you can do it. You don't even have to fucking think about drinking your water. You don't have to fucking think about getting in your steps. You don't have to think about going to the gym. You don't have to think about adding protein to a meal. You don't have to think about good food and bad food and anything else because you no longer believe in the bullshit, right? A year. Some of you out here are just wild with thinking that you're just going to do something twice. And it's like, no wonder. I don't know why it didn't work. I just don't get it. That's why. You're fucking impatient. Okay. So the very first thing that we want to talk about is setting yourself up for success. This is installation number 1. You have to set yourself up for success. Again, we go gung-ho. I'm going to go to the gym 17 times a week for 3 hours a day for all these things. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because if you're not doing it now, you're definitely not going to do it. And even if you can do it for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, what do you do after that when you're fucking burnt out and you can't keep up with that? Exactly. Okay. Set yourself up for success. Instead of saying, I'm never eating a carb ever again. I'm never going to have sugar ever again. Guys, fucking stop. Just fucking stop. Please fucking stop with that shit. Just fucking stop. I cannot handle it anymore. Okay. How about I'm going to pay more attention to the type of carb I'm going to consume. I'm going to pay attention what I'm pairing the carb with when I consume it. I'm going to pay attention to how much additional sugar I'm eating throughout my day. And then I'm going to ask myself during that time, like, hey, do I really need this? Or is this a want? Is it a need? Like, what's going on here? And why am I wanting to go turn to this Milky Way, these Oreos, this bag of chips, or whatever it is? Okay. Hello. Set yourself up to be successful. This is why so many people come into my program. They're like, oh my God, we're moving at snail's pace. Yes, bitch, you are. Because moving at 100 miles an hour never fucking worked for you. It never fucking worked for you. So we do one thing at a fucking time. This shit is fucking hard. Can we just acknowledge that this shit's fucking hard? This is not supposed to be easy. This is not going to be easy. This is not going to be fun all the time. This is not going to be exciting. And I'm just so excited to go walk. No, this is not the reality of this. This week, I did not want to go work out. It was hard for me to get into the gym. Did it anyway. Was super honest about it. Remember that the confidence doesn't come from before you do the thing. The confidence comes from after you take action when you didn't really want to. That's where your confidence is going to come from. That's where it's sitting right now. Okay? You have to sell yourself. I have to sneeze. You have to set. Excuse me. You have to set yourself up for success. If you don't do that, you are inevitably going to set yourself up to quit. And we know that the only time that you fail is when you fucking give up on yourself. That's it. Okay. Installation number 2. What can you add in? We are so like, what can I remove? I need to stop eating this. I need to stop going here. I need to stop doing this. I need to stop doing that. I have to stop eating these. I can't have that. I'm not allowed. What can you just add in instead of take away? Can I just add in some more protein to my diet? Can I just add in 1,000 more steps a day? Can I just add in maybe a little bit more, 30 seconds every single hour, just taking 30 seconds to myself to regulate my body? Can I add in, journaling if I need to? Okay. Can I add in like all sorts of fucking things that we could add into our life? That we could add into our life versus constantly removing, take away, remove, take away, remove. Right? And I'm not saying like this can even be for those that like, because you're probably like, yeah, but alcoholics and drinking and all these things and cold turkey is best and all this stuff. We are not comparing these things to that kind of thing. And I know some of you are like, but I have a sugar addiction, Sarah. Unless you're sitting in your fucking pantry eating sugar out of a fucking bag, and I'm talking granulated motherfucking sugar, that is an addiction. You are addicted to sugar. If you're not eating sugar out of your fucking pantry, You're not addicted to sugar. I love you. I love you. What you are addicted to is a dopamine hit. What you are addicted to is a combination of a carbohydrate and a fat that's so fucking tasty and delicious. It's chef's kiss. Mwah. That's what you're addicted to. You're not addicted to sugar. This is not real. Like nobody that I have ever heard of, that I have ever seen, is literally sitting in their fucking pantry, fucking eating sugar out of a fucking bag. Okay? I love you all. But so I'm not talking about that. But even if you are a person that's trying to remove alcohol or drink less alcohol, what can you add in instead of an alcoholic drink? Hey, between every alcoholic drink, I'm going to add in a glass of water. Or, hey, when I go out, I'm going to say I can have these amounts of drinks. I'm going to have 2 drinks. I'm going to have 3 drinks. And that's going to be it. It's not saying you're not allowed, can't have, because the moment we say, oh, you're not allowed to drink, Sarah. Oh, you're not allowed to do it. Well, guess what I'm going to want to do? Don't look down. Don't look down, bitch. It's really high up here and scary. I'm going to look. Okay. And I am that type of personality. Once you tell me not to do something, I'm going to fucking want to do it. Unless, of course, it's obviously something I don't want to do, like get a tattoo or like something like that. Okay. Like that was the thing on spring break. It's like my niece was really trying to get me to get a tattoo. I really want a tattoo, but I'm so scared to get a tattoo. So I just like, I don't want to do that. And everybody's like, oh, you're right. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Don't worry about it. Right. There's no reverse psychology there for me. Okay. But there is reverse psychology on things that I might want to do that are scary, that literally tell me not to do it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. Like looking down, that's a primo example. You'll hear a lot about that when we go to Cedar Point this summer about my scaredness of heights and things. Okay. So that's number 2 is what can you add in? What are the things that you can add in your life versus take away and remove? Number 3, you guys, accountability. I cannot stress this enough. When I was just talking about my 21-day challenge, there's accountability like a motherfucker. This is the majority of what I do as a coach. It is not, here's your macros, here's your protein, drink your water. It's holding people accountable to the things that they say that they want in their life. That is what I do. Okay. Here's a prime example. I'm going to call her Miss J. I know that she listens to my podcast. She's avid. She was a client of mine for about 6 months. And she stopped being a client, maybe a year now or so ago, maybe a year and a half ago now. I feel like it's been forever, but I love her. And she's kept up with me and she still comments on all my stuff and she's still in it to win it. And she still listens to my podcast and all the things. And guess what? She gained about 25 pounds back or so since we have stopped working together. Okay. And she joined my Move into March challenge and realized, wow, do I need this accountability? Wow, do I need this? Like I didn't realize it until I rejoined like this group that I needed this accountability. And so we discussed like what would be a best option for her. Should she go into group coaching? Should she go into more of my like alumni? Because she's been coached by me. She knows what my expectations are. She's used all of my apps. She understands how I work, how I coach, all the things. I don't need to handhold her. We have built a foundation for her. Even though she's gained 25 pounds back, it's not because she didn't learn. It's not because she doesn't know better. It's because there is nobody there saying, hey, remember what you said. Hey, remember what you told me you wanted. Hey, remember why this is important. Okay? There's nobody there to do that. When you have somebody's eyes all over your shit, that makes a big difference. So we put her into this separate container where I do a 1 time a month check-in. She can track her steps. She can track her food. And then 1 time a month, I'm going to go in and she's going to fill out a check-in for me that has all this the same information I do on a one-on-one client. We're going to talk about all the things and we're going to make adjustments if necessary. But here's what I know. She's already down about 3 to 4 pounds since she started back with me about 3 weeks ago. Do you want to know what we've talked about nutritionally? Fucking nothing. Okay. Except, hey, here's some targeted goals that you can hit. Okay. Outside of that, it's not about anything other than I'm watching and she knows I'm watching. She hits her step goal. Hey, today was so hard. Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of myself today. Today was really difficult for me to get this in, but I made sure to go get an extra whatever in or extra walk in or move for 10 minutes, even if that's all that I could. All these things. And she is commenting on all of her check, like if not daily check-in that she has, but it's like her task that she can check off for the day. And she can comment on that task that she is working towards and realizing, oh my gosh, I really needed this accountability. I really needed somebody just to have some eyes on me. Now, I'm not necessarily telling you that you have to hire a coach for that, but I also am going to tell you that sometimes when you hire or don't hire, but you ask a friend or a spouse or those kinds of things, it's a very emotional attachment there. And it can be very difficult for that friend or partner to be honest with you about the things that you are or are not doing, because that creates tension. And at the end of the day, you don't want to have tension with that person. You want that person to be in full support of the things that you're doing. It doesn't mean that you're not going to struggle or fuck up or make mistakes, but you need somebody that has some objective eyes that can look on things, that is not emotionally attached. Now, it's not that I'm not emotionally attached to my clients. I love my clients. I want the best for my clients, but my attachment to my clients is not the same as a husband or a wife or a best friend or a mom or a sister or a whatever. We are not the same attachment. It is not the same care and concern, right? Because at the end of the day, if I have to say some hard shit, I'm going to say some hard shit, because that's at the end of the day what you fucking pay me to do. And it should come from somebody like me and not from your partner, right? And then you take that stuff back to your partner, your friend, your mom, your whoever, and say, man, this is what my coach said to me today. And I kind of see things, I don't know, what do you think? Like, do you see me doing the things that I need to do? Like, I'm struggling with this, and this is an idea that my coach told me to do. Like, what are your thoughts here, right? Because then you can just shift and pivot the conversation where the idea and the thought isn't coming from the spouse or the partner or the best friend or the mom or the sister. It's coming from the coach. And there's no attachment to that. So if your partner says, yeah, I think that's great, or no, I think that's dumb. Okay, great. There's no emotional attachment there. So while, like I always say, you should never train your spouse. My husband could tell me all the time the things that I should have been doing in the gym. And bless his heart, he really tried to get me in the weight section the first 6 to 9 months. I refused, and he was still so supportive and built me all these stupid HIIT fucking programs because that's what I thought I needed, even though he's like, this is not going to get you the result you want, but I'll do it. Right? Because at the end of the day, for him, he can't, like, the emotional attachment is too high. He can't tell me, nope, I'm not going to help you. Because then what? Then I become unsupported by my spouse. Then my spouse isn't listening to me. Then I don't feel seen and heard by my spouse, right? Like, the list goes on and on and on. You should never hire your spouse. Don't hire your spouse. You should never have your spouse tell you the things, right? He always tries to get me to coach him. I'm like, you don't want me to coach you. And then there's a lot of times where I say, do you want wife Sarah or coaching Sarah? Because we're not the same people. Okay. And that can create some tension. Now, I would say that my husband might be a little bit different than most people, where he can compartmentalize the difference. Like, where I can actually say what I need to say, probably a little even bit more mean than I would as a coach. Not even going to lie. But I can say harsh shit to him and he'll just be like, okay. And he can move on. Like, I can't do that, right? So forever he tried to get me into the weight section. And he could tell me all the things. And even after I started strength training, right, he would tell me something and I was like, fuck off. You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. Blah, 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 blah. And then Jack, the trainer, would tell me and I would be like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense, Jack. Make it make sense. I don't know. He's like, oh my God, I just told you to do that like 2 weeks ago. I was like, I know, but I didn't, but you're not Jack. You're too close. You're too close to me. And I don't want you to tell me something that the way I believe is you're just going to tell me what I want to hear. Or you're going to tell me something that you think, not necessarily that's true, right? So it's just wild, right? So hiring a coach, getting a partner, all those kinds of things. But most importantly, accountability. If you got no accountability, the likelihood that you're going to install some good habits is fucking slim to none. Love y'all, but it's not going to happen very well. Okay. That was number 3. Maybe I only have 4 with some change. That's what it's looking to be like. 4 with some change. Okay. The 4th thing here is to celebrate the little wins. I actually just talked about this on my Fat Loss Basics group coaching call last week about We do not celebrate the little things that we do. And what we end up doing is celebrating the things that we're thinking about doing. Like, oh, I really thought about going for a walk today. Oh, good job for thinking about, I know, right? Like, I am just so amazing because I thought about going for a walk. No, go for the walk and be like, bitch, you just did that. Good job, girl. You get it, girl. Way to go, girl. You just did that. You didn't want to do that. High five. You are so focused on celebrating the things you're fucking thinking about doing that you don't do them. And then you celebrate that part. And all you're doing is reinforcing that dopamine hit of the thinking about doing the things is enough. And it's not enough. You have to do more than think about the things. You got to fucking take action on the things. Right? In my free Facebook group and in all of my, what's it called? In all of my one-on-one all my coaching containers, I dropped that April accountability challenge or accountability sheet for people to understand and see like, this is what you need to do, but also make sure that when you accomplish the task that you celebrate the fuck that you did it. Celebrate the fuck that you did it. Oh my God. I can't even believe I'm just going to celebrate the fact that I got 6,000 steps today. Why would you not celebrate that if that is not your norm? Why would you not be proud of yourself for that? Here again, it's like I'm going to celebrate the things that I think about doing, but I'm also never going to give myself credit where I should be giving myself fucking credit. And this is where we have shit really fucked up. Really fucked up. Okay? We are celebrating the things that we're thinking about doing, but we're not celebrating when we actually take action and we're like, oh, it's not enough. Oh, it's only 6,000 steps. Oh my God, I can't believe that's all you're doing. Oh my God, what's wrong with you? Oh my God, you could be doing better. What's wrong with you? You're broken. Get fixed. Get your shit together. You suck. And we really need to flip that. We really need to be flipping that. We need to flip that to this part over here where it says, oh, you thought about doing that? Well, good job, bitch, but that doesn't do anything for you. Oh, you got 6,000 steps in today? Way to fucking get after it, you shark. You fucking shark. Sharks never sleep, guys. Sharks never sleep. Go be a shark. I'm not telling you not to sleep. You know me. That's a basic. We're sleeping around here. But you get what I'm saying, huh? You get my point. You get my drift, okay? So these are the things. Set up yourself for success, for installing good habits. Set up yourself for success. What can you add in? Fucking get some accountability. Get some fucking accountability. I don't know what that looks like for you, but get some fucking accountability, okay? Celebrate the little wins. These are the 4 things that I think are going to get you kind of that where you that push over the edge, right? When you're making your goals, set yourself up for success. When you're making your goals, ask yourself, what can I add in versus taking out? When you're making your goals, who and how can I get myself some fucking accountability? How can I do that for myself? Okay. And then when you're setting your goals, what are the wins that I know that I need to celebrate? What are they? What do they look like? That way, when I fucking accomplish the task, I can go, fuck yeah, I did that. Hell yeah, way to go. Great job. You're amazing. You're awesome. And this is a little longer than I thought it was going to be, so I am going to stop here. But Fat Loss Basics Group Coaching Program. Great accountability, motherfuckers. Great accountability for you, okay? So one place to go. That's one place to go. So if you are looking for that accountability, you can click the link in the show notes and join in. Outside of that, I'm looking at probably April, end of April, beginning of May, doing another little mini challenge for those that that are ready and are wanting and willing. I haven't decided exactly what it is. It might just be another step challenge because I think a lot of people like those. And I do feel like a lot of people are a lot more active, if you will, in them than say just your random like water challenge or things like that. So, all right, you guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I will catch you on the next episode. Have a great Monday.